key start putting in your faces again. I'm sure by now you probably would have been like, what has Davido done again? And the thing is, for Davido news, yeah, for every 30 minutes, there's something new about Davido coming up. It's just the euphoria that comes with whenever you drop a project. And there, this is actually a big great euphoria because one, aside the fact that it's a new project, is a long awaited project, and also considering all that happened around David at the time. So trust me, he deserves all of this that's happening to him, and trust me, and more. Davido has shattered almost all records attainable. US, UK, Nigeria. This guy is doing Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone guys are coming through for Davido. I think we should ask questions like, what part of the video is affecting Sierra Leone? Like Sierra Leone actually at the moment 1 to 17 is Davido. 1 to 17 is Davido. This guy is actually coming through for him at the moment. Straight up today will begin with Davido. I've told you guys already. We saw where drop timeless artwork, and this one people have been vibing to that one ever since it dropped. 17 track project. In the garden, Godfather, Unavailable Bob, Repaying Me Away, Precision, Can't Take My Money, You Juju, No Competition, Picasso, For the Road, Long, Champion Sound. For you at the moment, which song is that song that's getting your attention? So the way it works for some of us is the fact that at the point you actually like No Competition, and then you listen to the project over and again, and you're like, okay, no, money is that one for you, and then you listen to it again, and you're like, oh no, I'm confused. It is in the garden, then you go again, and like, no, it's free, you go again. So it just shows you how much creativeness is in this body of work, that every song is a big hit for you. So the one you go through rotation circle, you actually pick like a different song for that process. So trust me, Davido really came through on this one. I'm moving on to song where signed the two new artists, Maravi and Logos Olori. Amazing guys came through on that one. No really bad song when they dropped that one. Moving on to song for top album at the moment, Davido is number one on Nigeria's top album, Apple Music, and obviously Wizkid on number two. Whatever brought Wizkid number two, trust me, the fans are really doing enough hard work to push that song. To the top. Moving on, we saw for the album time that dropped at the time when this came out, it was barely 7 hours. It's currently charting about 17 countries, exclusive of Nigeria, Benin Republic, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Gambia, Ghana, Liberia, Malawi, Nigeria, Qatar, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Tanzania, Uganda, United Arab Emirates, UAE, United Kingdom, and obviously Zimbabwe. So this is like a kind of a big conversation because there are kind of samples to the song that some people felt like Davido sampled Burna Boy on the part of the song, and some felt like, oh no, this one is actually a Wizkid's sample on this one. Whatever it is, it's really not a bad project. Artist sample artists, people actually come through for your songs. If I like your project, if I like what you've done on this song, I could sample it. Burna Boy sampled a lot at the point. He sampled an artist when he was doing the last thing. So it's not really bad to sample people, but then people some people calling out the video saying he actually sampled Wizkid on that one. I kind of saw a comment to someone, the person was like saying Wizkid passes the video's present. That's like very low. At thinking about that, it really shouldn't be like the first thought to your mind because these are artists, and then it's an art of work, body of work, and if I love your work, I can do your work, I can do what you've done in what I've done, just to make sure that we give up. Because the end point is that we'll give our fans what to vibe on. So trust me. However, I do it, provided I'm not breaking any rule or law, should actually be appreciated at the time. I'm moving on to so where the video and the at the point, yeah, this is the 30, this is the DMW we all know. Everybody actually never want to grow old from all of this. So the video, Dremo, Mayokon at the back, and with Davido's lawyer, they actually were having a challenge thingy. They actually created a challenge for it, the unavailable challenge, and where they were dancing. I'm trying to pick the dance, like say, I'm unavailable, and then they crossed it, and it went back again. I'm unavailable, then cross, and then they went back. And just to show that they were dancing to thingy, and then an amazing one for them. Obviously, and like with the way challenge works is the fact that people jump on this challenge trends, and TikTok start buzzing. And then the more your song buzz on TikTok, trust me, your song is doing good numbers, and boom, everywhere. 2 seconds, everywhere done buzz. Moving on, so at the moment, at the time, initially, Charlotte actually announced this timeless album to be the highest charting album by Nigerian artists in the US Apple Music history. My time is number 3, but trust me, hours from this, the album actually left number 3 to number 2, and then, it's amazing because the way the album is flying is just amazing. Yeah, I'm leaving it to just Morgan Wallen on number 1 to One Thing at a Time, and number 2 now is Timeless with Davido. Let's see what the coming days look like. If this one gets number 1. I think they've broken all that they've broken, but then Davido really did an amazing one on this one. So for Boomplay, 3 million streams in 10 hours. 10 hours actually is obtainable, and a very big one to Davido on that one. Davido Timeless album is the highest picking Afrobeat album at number one in the UK Apple album chart. Historic records upon records. We saw Rema coming out. Rema is like the prince of Africa at the time, and then Rema coming out to say, going for a second spin at Davido. Rema really has been buzzing to that one and vibing. Now, talking about people doing a repost to this one, trust me, I'm going to blow your mind on the next one. Trust me, somebody actually came out. People have been asking questions about, we never do it, we never do it, but then finally it came through for that one. You guys just take a chill pill. We're going to get through to that one in no time. We saw where he had an interview with with Beat FM, the Timeless FM at the moment, where he spoke about he said Mayoko and him have a song that ought to be on the album, but then one of the writers actually, Davido said this word said he had something he said was not correct at the time, and then because they couldn't settle like amicably, when the writer head was not correct, according to Davido, it was already too late, so the song couldn't make it to the album. But him and Mayoko have a song together. He said one of the US artists had the song, one of them, but then he spoke about a Nigerian artist saying Chris Daniel. Him and Chris Daniel have songs together. They said they have an album together, and then they're just waiting to get the right time when they actually post that one. Obviously, Chris Daniel and Davido at the point we know them as bestie thingy. So it's not it's really expected that they should have a couple of songs together. Yeah, we have Wizkid as the next guy on news as Mashallah. Mashallah has broken the internet. He did something very wild, and trust me, you all can't wait to see what Mashallah has done on this one. We saw where he had a video for Money and Love where an amazing one. Questions about this one, how he got vehicles that actually amassed all of these similar vehicles, but then looking also vintage and all of that. And we saw where, and for the video shoot, saw where he actually penned or expressed his pain and everything towards the Nigerian election, and he had the newspaper thingy where he explained how Nigerians were being robbed by a set of persons on that one. So it shows that the time was being dragged, he was paying attention, and then listening to all people said to him at the time. Moving on to saw where Godson, one of his associates, came out to say, for that video shoot, you guys just saw where we rent vehicle all of that. Said Wizkid spent $1 million US for that video. It's about the verse. So if you do the math, I don't know how much dollar is at the moment, but let's give a value of 700 naira per dollar. So what it means is that video is worth about 700 million naira. Whoops, for a video, that's really an amazing one. Amazing one. Yeah, I was going to say something, but then 700 million plus. I don't think we know dollar is not 700 naira. Yeah, so that's like an approximate. So it really is a big one for Big Wiz. Obviously, that's called Big Wiz, and really came through on that one. And Director K did that one, and that brought the whole conversation on Director K and TJ Mori. We don't go into that detail at the moment because that went with yesterday. And moving on to saw where Wizkid came out on his Twitter page to say, "You all go listen to Time Left My Brother Davido." This one actually broke the internet because I was even doing live when it happened, and trust me, everywhere went bonkers. Questions happened because prior to this time, there's been a very serious fight on the streets of Twitter. FC and 30BG, the FC guys trashing the song, saying the song is trash, it's not cool, is that, is this, is that. 30BG attacking them, saying no, the song is better, all of that. And then the comrades in the town, the mayor of the town has come out to say, you guys should go stream this one, forget the it. Prior to this time, we saw that P been collecting her own her own beats where she was being dragged by a statement on Twitter, and but then Wizkid has come to make everything come to rest, saying, you know what, it's all love and light over here. You guys should go stream my brother. Timeless. He actually kept the link here, so in case you're missing, just click on the link on the Twitter page. You actually go straight to the video on Spotify. It didn't just end there. He also posted his on his Instagram story saying, inside, you all go listen to Time Left My Brother Davido, and then obviously he had a thingy where he himself was vibing to Feel. Feel happens to be like everybody's favorite album at the time, but like I told you guys, the album grew on people, so you just might not have a favorite at the moment. I'm going to advise you here for the Timeless project here, don't have a favorite yet. Just take a chill pill. Listen. Like it's going to grow on you that you discover that you have like another one and you're like, oh, finally, this is like my best one. So guys, advice from me to you, take it. You're gonna come back and say, guy, thank you for that one. I'll catch you guys on the very next one. As you go home today, make sure you're civil about it and very careful.